Using up all my favors.
But we're gonna send you back down there. But good luck the rest of the race. We'll check in with you again. Hopefully, you can stay on up there.
10-4, appreciate it.
YouTube and OBS has to make everything so difficult just to click start rate streaming. All right, we're getting ready to go for just getting ready for a restart here. It'll be John Garrett, Christian Delgado, Adam Schramm, and Ryan Vargas leading the field to green here, as it looks to be 3 rows of 2x2, and then the whole rest of the field single file behind the 27 main, Gregory.
Yeah, looks like they're having a little trouble getting going here. Oh, there's the green already pushing on the bottom. Green flag, John Garrett out to the lead.
It's going to be an interesting one here as Vargas tried to make it 3 wide underneath Delgado in between John Garrett there, but he went ahead and thought better of it, as we already saw the lap 1 accident.
Yeah, and just as we said that, we are going 3 wide again already. Oh, a block to the outside. The 09 there, Christian Delgado said, negative, you're not going up there. But for right now, the lead looks like Ryan Vargas and the number 51 slash...
He's actually in the 23 in and out.
The 23 Ryan Vargas to the lead.
Well, once we saw that happen, the run that J-Bo was trying to take here in the 64 machine didn't really work. As we go single file 1 through, that looks to be 6th, 7th place here in the 45 of Kev.
Yeah, single file right now, but I don't think that's really going to last. Everybody's getting pretty racy already. The guys are a little angry about it to start with. People were not being so patient and cutting people off, but we have 80 laps. We're on lap number 6. I know people can race side by side here. It is a big track. You can race 3x3 almost all the time. But they're definitely already trying to mix it up a bit.
Right, that outside lane is getting a little bit of momentum here as McAnally goes ahead and jumps up in front of, I'm going to guess they're teammates in some way, shape, or form, because they've already seemed to be working together in the 64 and 65 here, McAnally. As that should be good enough to give McAnally the lead here on lap number 6.
Yeah, it looks like they're pushing again. This is the same thing that kind of caused that accident, though, a couple laps ago on the backstretch on lap number 1. The inside right now is pulling back ahead. The number, it's trying to hard. Ryan Vargas and John Garrett are going to be going back to the lead. Everybody's kind of fanning out behind them. So the number 6 is coming through the middle. That is your number 6 is Soren Patterson. He is 3 wide back there, about 6th place.
Well, if I do know Soren Patterson, he wants to get to that front and contend for that lead. And he's really working on it. As it looks to be now single file through, well, I was going to say most of the field, and Storm trying to stick it out there. But last week we saw the 45 of Matt Kemp try that outside lane, even when he was a lap down, and did not stop trying. So let's see what he can do here. See if he gets any takers with him on the outside.
Yeah, you're right, Alex. Last week that 45 was to the outside for the majority of the race, and he just stayed up there. It didn't matter if he didn't have anybody, did have people. He was up there, and it looks like Storm Patterson, number 6, jumped to the outside, and we got one down to the bottom. It looks like the number 64. He a little bad push there by Justin Botillo. Sorry if we screwed that up, but everybody in the chat saying J-Bo is his nickname. So let's just go with that. J-Bo got a little squirrely there down to the bottom. He was able to save it.
Well, good thing he was able to save it because, 80 laps will be a long time around here.
Yeah, especially if we keep getting cautions. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but, normally this is, what are we turning around here, Alex? Probably 40, 46, 47 seconds a lap, in the draft, maybe?
Well, not even close. We're about 5 seconds slower than that. The best lap so far in this session is a 51.706 that was posted last lap by Logan McAnally.
Okay, well, I guess we're going a little slower than the Cup cars usually go. I mean, I should have known that, but yeah, I mean, even they're still, see, like we just said, they're still 3 wide. I mean, looks like J-Bo's trying to go back to the front with somebody else. This time he's taking the 09 of Christian Delgado, although the 23 is still holding the lead with John Garrett right behind.
Well, don't say that quite yet. It seems like that 45 6 truck tandem on the outside is going to try to say something about this lead here, potentially this lap.
Yeah, that 45 is giving that 6 of Storm Patterson a really good push down the back stretch. It looks like it may have stalled a little bit. Inside line is starting to, get together there. Adam Schramm, then the 48 of Brandon Pamet are coming up behind John Garrett, giving them the amount of draft that they need to stay up there, as it looks like a couple more cars down single file.
I would like to go and take a look at the back of the pack, but I mean, there's just so much action going on up front. I mean, this is totally different than what we saw a week ago at Daytona. I mean, I swore last week at Daytona, when it came to lap 11 here, we were single file first to last.
If I had to guess, without looking at it before I do, I'd assume there's a combination of Ray Rittenauer, Matt Quick, and Kevin Hash back there somewhere, because it seems like those guys always are trying to play a strategy or something at these super speedway tracks. They always do good here no matter what, and I think that's just staying out of trouble.
Well, you are kind of correct. I mean, your last 5 running in the back, about a half second from a couple cars in front of them happen to be the 89, 87, 33, 43, and the 03. So I don't know if they don't like what they're seeing out front and want to stick back in the pack, or who knows what's. I mean, their plan always seems to be chilling out, maxing out, relaxing out back there. As we got 3 wide.
Right. Yeah, 3 wide again. I mean, it seems like every time we look, it's 3 wide, and it's a couple of these guys. A couple of them aren't just willing to just ride around for 80 laps. Again, though, we're here on lap 12. You still got plenty of way to go. Oh,
that's another bad push between that 65 and 64 machine. Sooner or later, they're going to hopefully realize they can't really do that. They need to hopefully just to relax a tiny bit, but we're not the ones in the truck, so.
Yeah, I mean, that was a real close one, and he almost went around again.
Well, by the way, you're not really missing anything in the front of the field. It happens to be the 23, Ryan Vargas, out front. He's been out front for now 7 laps. He posted interesting fact, he posted last week on Twitter, asking if there's any leagues running and whatnot. So, I felt like hitting him up today, seeing what he was doing, and here we are, 13 laps into the race, he's leading the field.
Yeah, doing a good job of it. He's got, somebody that's been around for a long time behind him, John Garrett. He's running right there, and, you just need to stay in line, really, at this point.
So I'm trying to figure out what happened to McAnally and J-Bo. Don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. All of a sudden, they're gone.
Are they still in session? As they're trying to outside lane here again, Schramm below the apron here. Looks like he's trying to back out. Kind of got a couple of 2-truck tangos going on here. As the 45 goes ahead and says, "Thank you, Storm," and goes to the inside lane.
Yeah, I'm not real sure. I went back and looked, and those 2 trucks just simultaneously almost disappeared, and it looks like it's like Logan McNally lost the server due to packet loss. Haven't seen anything on the 64 J-Bo yet, but he was around the same time, so we'll see if that's the same with him or what happened.
Could we be seeing another one of those potential iRacing Hackett loss driver disconnect that everyone hates to see.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, they were running up in the front. There was no reason for them to, to let go or anything. They were in the midst of the pack, so.
So, by the way, we forgot to mention the points for coming into the day.
Yeah, we forgot to check that out. I mean, I'm 99% sure that Ray Rittenauer is leading. He's locked into the next round, or I'm sorry, the championship race here in 3 weeks at, 3 weeks from today at back here at Talladega Superspeedway. But joining him, I know Josh Kelly also has a win, so he is locked in. Otherwise, the top 10 in points will make it that final race.
So yeah, 2 drivers locked in with winner are Ray Rittenauer and Josh Colley. And so if you want to get technical behind them in points, you have the 66 of John Garrett, Dustin Franklin, which does not look like to be here today, Adam Schramm, Dave Matson, who also doesn't look like to be here today, Matt Quick, Manning Gregory, Brandon Pamitat, and Kelvin Mazur.
So
9 points behind Missouri is, by the way, that 45, who's running third of Matt Kempf.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be close. And like we said, anybody in this series, if you win, you're going to be in for that final race. We're not having any, you have to run so many races or you have to do anything specific. But at least for this week, or at least for this series, this test series of the Superspeedway series, if you win, you're in. Unlike the regular ITL Premier Series, Rush Series, Truck Series, you have to run so many races or remain in the top 30 or 25 in points, depending on the series, if you had won to make it in. But I think it's something different we're trying just to see how it's going to go.
So we've been on track for 17 laps, Grant. We've had probably 3 laps of pace laps. Should we be starting to think about pit stops?
I think so. 18 laps. We're probably in the next 5 to 10 laps, I'd say.
I mean, we are at a 0.16 mile bigger track. I know last week we were pushing right around 20 laps. And just we say that, there is going to be someone who's coming down pit road.
Pit road about to be getting very hot. The leader, number 23, the 48, the 6, and a bunch of guys all come down. 66, 09, 48, all coming down here for some service.
And it looks to be good for the most part.
Yeah. Everybody came in able to get woed up. And it looks like that means your leader now is going to be the 45 of Matthew Kemp. Manning Gregory right there and Sawyer Ott still leading the front of the pack. Plenty of guys still out there. I guess they're all just playing that fuel strategy like we talked about. They can probably go for a couple more laps than the other guys.
Well, there's been a couple of guys who've last pitted on about 16 laps ago, so that put us right at the end, coming back to one to green here. So I mean,
got a couple more coming in. Looks like 27:45 coming in now.
And that will go ahead and leave our top 7 out on the track. Just 4 or 5 of which we talk about being the guys who go ahead and play it patient here. Also, I'd like to go ahead and mention. Let's take a look here. Sawyer is driving a damaged truck.
In the lead.
Currently leading this race.
Yeah, if you guys didn't catch us a couple minutes ago at the start of the race, we had a caution on lap number 1. Unfortunately, it involved about 10 trucks, maybe a little less, 8 to 10, I'd say. And it was fortunately just a racing incident. But since we've gone back to green, everybody has a quick fix. Some choose, obviously, not to use it. Some did. And clearly that 17 is good enough to be out front.
Sure is. Doesn't look like that left side damage is affecting him.
No, not at all.
Couple of things I would like to mention here real quick. It looks like potentially that 9 truck went ahead and took tires. The 09, which you just saw got lapped there, took some tires. And at one point, 2 years ago, the 23 machine, Vargas, went ahead and took tires. Everyone else looks to be doing the good old gas and go strategy.
I tell you what, though, Alex, I think a couple of these guys that are still out there went in last time, and I think the other guys didn't when we first had that caution in lap 1. Even a couple laps of fuel, during the caution is obviously good enough here. The 17 now, 96 going in.
Wow, that seems like a weird combination. They were on the same strategy as the guys out front. I don't know if one of them needed fuel compared to the other. I mean, it seemed like they were pitting in combination here.
Yeah, I think they're racing together tonight. 17 and 96. We had a couple people that were racing together, but now, still out front, just like we had talked about earlier. Matt Quick, Ray Rittenauer, Kevin Hash, all right there. Now in the lead already. We're only 22 laps.
Well, we can also throw Josh Culling into that conversation with those guys. So those 4 for sure seem to be the 4 that go ahead and wait it out, sit back, get this fuel strategy figured out. And I mean, clearly
we're coming up.
They're approaching
a couple
lap
laps
20.
Now, right?
I mean, they're approaching lap 20 on this run.
Well, now they're full throttle. There's no doubt about it. Now they are, but when they were just trailing that pack and getting gas with a couple laps there, these guys were just holding on. They were biding their time, but clearly they had enough fuel to go an extra couple laps. And at the end of this race, that could mean winning or not.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, like to mention that last lap, they were roughly about 0.2 of a second slower than the pack of John Garrett, Ryan Vargas, Thorne Patterson, and Brandon Pamitat. So,
it looks like we're not going to wait any longer for them, as here all of them come, except for the 09 of Christian Delgado. He looks like he's going to link up with the number 9 of Adam Schramm, and they're going to try to work themselves back into contention here.
So
but as they all came down, go ahead.
As these 5 pit, that go ahead and technically puts P1 right now, as long as the caution doesn't come out between now and the start-finish line, to that 66 machine of John Garrett.
And like you said, John Garrett again is going to lead them out. It just depends on how many, they're coming out of pit road right now. They just came out, and it looks like John Garrett's coming into the trial. Yeah, they're definitely going to be ahead of these guys.
Now, do you think this 5-pack truck is going to be able to chase down these 4, or is it right now until we get our second caution of the race, these 4 versus everyone else?
It's going to be interesting because there's probably going to be 5 to 6. Think any more than that? Probably 6 trucks, 5 to 6 trucks in this second pack. So if that is the case, here comes Sawyer Ott and Jason Radabush. So they're going to be able to latch on to probably the 03 of Kevin Hash. And so they're going to have quite a few trucks to be able to catch those front 3 now. Actually, there's only 3 in the front pack. The 43. I'm sorry. What's going on here? I'm having some technical issues. I guess the 66 is the leader.
Yep. So John Garrett is your leader. It's a 4-car pack, and then you got about. All right.
Second and a half-ish, probably. They're catching quick, though.
My timing screen currently is taking a little bit of a breather, I guess.
We're having some technical issues, but don't worry about that. The 89, 87, and 33 all have caught in that front pack, as we talked about them possibly not. They are already there. That leaves Kelvin Major and Kevin Hash a little bit further behind them, probably about a second or 2. And then Sawyer Ott, actually, they're a little bit further back than that.
Yeah, they're about 9.5 seconds behind that 03 truck of Kevin Hash. So kind of got now a 9-truck breakaway. In reality, with a difference of 5 laps, they were able to take it. Trying to do some quick math here, they were able to take it 20 laps on fuel. So I think 21 laps would be at most the most they can go, as we have a new fastest lap set for the session.
Well, there you go. I mean, eventually it was going to happen,
50.609, almost a full second quicker than the previous. Actually, it's a 1 point. Justin Botello set a faster lap, set a 51.4. But prior to that, it was almost a full second faster.
So it looks like the number 64 and 65 of Justin and Logan both just lost internet connection. Fortunately, they just ended up bowing out. They said they're trying to get back in, but having some issues, maybe the iRacing server, being overloaded tonight. So currently there is 15 trucks left running. There is 2 trucks that are off or currently out. So Logan, that's a 65 and 64. The 88 obviously didn't start. And we have other couple that logged in, maybe just also had a connection issue. They weren't even able to start the race. 15, 29, 69, 13, and 44. Again, though, we're not points racing, but we are, because there are some people that aren't going to win, obviously, Alex, and they could still make it on that final race if the other guys have bad luck.
Well, going out after tonight, there's going to be people who are going to lock themselves in via points, even with 2 races remaining. I mean,
yeah.
We only have 2 winners on this season out of the 3 races. Potentially could see a third one tonight, but with 2 races left, you potentially could start talking about John Garrett locking himself in on points. You could talk about potentially even Adam Schramm locking himself in on points, as he's. Yeah, I wouldn't say he's only 30.
He's close.
He's 33 points to the cut line, so.
Yeah, because Kelvin's still in, Kempf's here. Yeah, most of those guys, even Man and Greg, all those guys are still in. So.
Yeah, there's totally something wrong with the iRacing site, as I can't even. It's not even loading to check to see how many people were on iRacing themselves. So.
Well, back to the racing. I mean, you guys aren't missing anything. Just trying to fill some of the time as we are a single file. Top looks like 8 trucks or 9 trucks are all here in the main pack. Looks like the other guys are getting closer to each other. The 17, 96, 45, 27, 9, and 09 are roughly about half a lap behind. But they're all running within about 3 to 4 seconds of each other, so they're probably going to end up being together here shortly.
Yeah, we'll see our second pack hopefully forming soon. I'd just also like to mention that your current pit stop's been about 28 minutes long. Did you have to replace the engine?
Yeah, so far we just had a bad qualifying. Well, we did good in qualifying. We qualified on the pole, but
did you forget to take
NASCAR?
Off?
Yeah, NASCAR said our engine was disallowed, disqualified. So we were trying to make a switch as quick as possible, but unfortunately, currently 28 laps down. Hopefully we'll be able to get back out there, but probably not tonight.
You just hate to see it. We're going to give a quick shout out to the chat real quick. The Josh Cully fan club has shown up. Thank y'all for being here tonight. Quick update on Josh Cully. 7th. But shout out to the Josh Cully fan club. They always seem to be here rooting on Josh, as he is technically one of our only 2 drivers locked in so far into the playoffs.
Yeah, and with that, I think it's a good time to bring up Sawyer Rott to the booth. He's our in-race reporter tonight, and unfortunately, he's currently running in the 10th position, about half a lap down with the second pack, basically. It looks like everybody's getting together there, but still a little ways behind.
Yeah, man. Hate the circumstances right now in the race, but fortunately, we still got 50 laps to go, so a lot can happen. Just trying to be patient here and do what we can, and that's just minimize the damage at this point. Got caught up on the lap one deal there, trying to stay in the back. Started in the back to avoid the chaos, and got caught up in it early. Got some damage, but didn't think it was bad enough to take the quick fix yet, so we saved it, got it done. But the truck's it's definitely hurt. It's not 100%, but it's not bad either. So we're just going to do what we can here. Hopefully catch a caution and don't lose a lap. That's all all we can really do is pray right now.
Yeah, I mean, we saw you up there leading for a few laps, so obviously the truck's not too bad off that you guys can't you can't lead. So hopefully you're able to get that caution. Everybody will be jumbled back up. I don't see why you wouldn't. There's still 9 trucks in the front pack. Currently, there's 2 off. Looks like the 65 and 64 told us they lost connection due to something with iRacing. So.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Like I said, it just a damaged truck, and ultimately we just should have topped off there, I guess, with one to go, and we could have made it a couple more laps with like Ray and Matt and all of them, and been on the cycle with more trucks. But once we had a chance to catch the draft, and we couldn't, so it's part of it. We'll keep digging here.
All right, sounds good. Again, everybody, that was Sawyer Rod, our in-race reporter tonight. We're going to send him back down to talk with his guys. But, currently they're actually really not losing on the lead pack. They lost only a 3/4 of a tenth of a second that last lap. So, they're all together now. There's 2 packs, the front 9, and then the back 6. And coming around this time, we'll see if they're catching or not. But I think a lot of these guys are fuel saving mode. I think the 89, 87, 33, 43, 03 are just riding.
Well, actually, they're going as slow as the leader goes. Currently, John Garrett posted a 54 flat last time by.
Yeah, it looks like we might see another round of pit stops here shortly. Well, I guess we're not pitting this lap. Somebody accidentally said they're not going in, but a couple more laps is what it sounds like. We're going to have another cycle of pit stops. But like we saw earlier, it's only going to be half that front pack.
Yeah, it's going to be the front 4 that are going to be coming in this time. Shouldn't expect to see any tires the second time through. Unless, Quick, Rittenauer, Cully, Kelvin, and Kevin want to, go ahead and pit with these guys and keep this group together. But they also have 5 laps on them.
It should be interesting here. We just had, 3 of the back 6 also go in together. The 27, 45, and 9 all went in together in the second pack that we have.
Yeah,
they're coming down pit road, and it doesn't look like there's any issues currently getting down to find their pit. So.
Yeah, those 3 were the 3 that looked to have most issue coming out of pit road the first time, as they were running by themselves. We did see the 9 actually go a lap down, almost go a lap down that time, but those 3 lost the pack. Well, actually, let me backtrack my statement here. Manning Gregory and Matt Kemp pitted together a lap after the front 4 did. So, I mean, they technically also used more fuel. So
it actually looks like there's more trouble on pit road. The 9 is way out front, followed by the 45, probably 2 or 3 seconds behind. The 27 is still on pit road, so not real sure what happened.
Yeah,
but
no clue, because that looks to be more than just taking tires and fuel, unless he had an issue getting into his box. But
he is rolling now, but as I say that, here comes the leaders. The 66, 23, 6, and 48 all peel off. 89, 87, 33, 43, and 03 continue, but everybody's in safe and no issues.
And it looked like that 6 machine of Storm Patterson gained the most time coming into pit road there. He kind of went from being that 3rd truck in line to almost leading coming into pit road, but it doesn't really matter as this is now your leader, the 89, Matt Quick.
And nobody slid through the pits there as well. Looks like pretty good. But now there's 5 trucks just riding around. We got the 43 Kelvin. Your 2 winners that are locked in, the 87 and 33 of Cully and Rittenauer. Kevin Hash and Quick just riding around. Fortunately, it looks like a couple people took some tires there. They're a little spread out, so.
I don't know. They could have took tires. It doesn't really look like they took tires to me because it was 9-second stop for all 4 of them. The longest being 9.6 to that 48 machine.
The 48 said he just took left tires, and so did the 23. So, I guess they were just trying to give themselves a little more grip. You don't really need to take tires here if you don't want to, but you can.
The current condition of the track, I mean, if we were racing a Daytona 07 or a Daytona technically 08, I would say you need to take tires, but the current conditions of both Talladega and Daytona, you can go ahead and get away without taking tires.
So we were what were we? 2 seconds behind is what the guys were. I'm sorry, 2 laps so far that has gone by since the front 4 went into the pits. This working lap number 3 now. I wonder how long these guys are going to be able to go further.
Well, we're approaching 16 laps on this run. They can probably go at most. They could possibly go at most 5 laps till they need to pit. Looks like the 17 machine and the 96 machine are going to go ahead and come down pit road this time. So they were the 3rd group that pit last time by, and they're now back onto pit road. The only issue is this will more than likely put them a lap down, as our leader Ray Rittenauer is coming off of turn 4 right now.
Yeah, it looks like Ray coming through the trial. Well, they look like Manning Gregory was able to latch onto the back of that group, and although he is 2 laps down, you know he's in prime contention to maybe get a lap back on his own. Unfortunately, that does put another 5 trucks a lap down: 45, 9, 09, 96, and 17. It looks like they're trying to stretch their fuel as much as possible, though, up front. They keep switching off leaders. The 89 led to start. Now the 87 was leading. He's now floating to the back. Now the 33 of Josh Cully is in the lead. So I think they're trying to stretch it as far as possible.
Trying to do some quick math here. They're trying to potentially make this a 1 stop if it goes green to the end. Well, technically 2, because they still have to make this next pit stop. They're trying to make it at least only 1 more stop compared to everyone else who had just pit 3-4 laps ago. They're going to have to make it 2 stops.
Yeah. Like you said, 2 stops, and unfortunately, they're really not in a pack. So, even the 9, the 17, the 17 and 96 are running together, but, they're still a lap down. So even if they get back on the lead lap, they're still going to be over a half a lap down. So, they're spread out now. They're not together, as now they're coming up to lap the 45 again. The 23 is coming.
Continue taking turns leading laps here. This is totally a fuel savings situation.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and actually, that was my mistake. The second pack of 4 trucks is coming up on these other guys that are almost a lap down, or more than a lap down at this point. The 9, the 09, the 45 that are just running single file. So they're going to end up having a large pack with a couple guys that are lap down and a couple guys that aren't. Last lap, the second pack was 37.9 seconds behind.
Yeah, they're currently saying 39. They're losing time to these guys who are currently out front leading the race. You think a group of 4, unless that group of 4 is trying to save fuel.
Actually, that lap they caught up by almost a second. Now they're down to 37.1. I don't know if that's because they're on their way in the pits, but as I say that though, the leaders are on pit road.
Yeah, this is gonna keep that front, these 5 together with the other 4 that are gonna come through here. I mean, they had such a big lead on them. Granted, they were also able to take it 6 more laps than these guys.
So these guys are about to come off of turn 4. The 23 Ryan Vargas, the 6 Storm Patterson are coming off of turn 4.
And everyone else is...
They just left the pit.
Yeah, no tires were taken. Well, sorry, left side tires could have been took on the pit stop for the top 5. As again, the average time has been 9 seconds for the guys on pit road.
So, yeah, and what's going to end up happening is it's going to be the same as last time. These guys are going to fly by them, but then they're just going to, that second group is going to be able to catch right up. So they definitely are on a different strategy, but they're pretty much the same spot in the track. And 3 wide for a moment. Looks like we can't figure out where we want to be.
Yeah, that group of 5 didn't get formed together like they should. If they got formed together, I think they would have a little bit more of a chance to potentially fight on the inside line with these, I guess, group of 5, because 45 of Kemp was hooked up with them.
Yeah, he's a lap down. Also, the 9 now of Adam Schramm, also a lap down. But they're on the tail end. So, I mean, right now, the Adam is the first truck a lap down. He would be going back to the lead lap. The 45 could stay out, get fuel, come in, maybe get a little fuel, get back to the pack if he needed to, if we have a caution. Catching up on the 09. Everybody's going to be back together.
Right.
Within a lap or 2, I think we're all going to be together. A couple of people lap down, and on different strategies. There's actually 2 cars that are a little bit further out that
they're going to be lapped within the next couple of laps here.
Yeah.
Unless we get this caution some of these people are waiting for.
And, that could happen. We have people that are lap down mixed in. They're wanting to be the first one, back to the line if there's a caution, because there is wave around. So.
Checking out some of these cameras here is this is the first time I'm using this camera pack today. Figured since they're single file, we'll check out some of them.
Yeah, unfortunately, not too much going on really. I mean, it's really strategy at this point. I'd say, what do you think? 10 more laps or so, maybe 15 for these guys that are probably 10 for the second group / first group right now.
Yeah,
but really, they're hurting themselves almost in a sense, because they're just pushing as much as they could, and then now they're back out front. But that second pack that is killing them on fuel strategy is behind them again, so they're able to save more fuel.
Well, if they really wanted to, they can go. The 23 of Vargas can go ahead and back it down if they really want to, because I don't feel like that second group is gonna go ahead and make an attempt to pass these 4. I mean,
no, I agree. I don't think they are, and if that is the case, though, that's going to lead it down to being, it's going to lead them to being out of the race, because the top 4 are obviously have been up front the whole night, but when it cycles through, they're not in the lead for 5 to 10 laps.
Right. It was 6 laps difference here between the front 4 and that second pack that's currently running 5th through 9th.
And we're approaching the start of lap number 47. Still on pretty good pace. There's only been 1 caution so far, unfortunately, for the racing aspect, or the excitement aspect, I guess you'd say, Alex. A lot of single file racing. I don't know how the new build is, but it seems like you can go 3 wide at times. It's just we're not seeing that right now.
If I remember what I read in the patch notes, I think the only thing that was changed for the trucks this time around was just updating the setups. The only thing on the NASCAR side that saw any updates is the next gen car, which, trust me, that car needs every update possible.
Yeah, yeah, you're no kidding. And hey, we actually might have some 2 wide racing here. The '09 of Christian Delgado says, I want to be that first truck a lap down. And he just went around the, I think it was the '87 of Ray Rittenauer. And now he's going around the 9 of Adam Trum. He's looking for that 45 of Kemp. This could be where that caution comes from, honestly. I mean, people racing to try to be the first car a lap down.
Well, you also have to figure this pack here is currently catching the 1796 at a blistering pace.
Right.
So not only do they have to battle with, the 09, 45, and 9 are battling to be that first car lap down, they potentially going to be having to battle the 96 and the 17 to be that first truck a lap down.
Oh, squeeze it a little bit. Kemp, the '09 cutting off the 45's nose almost. Oh, he got a little loose there. Yeah, if you're not pulling tires here, though, that is one thing, later in the run. Some of the tri-oval can be kind of slick. So you got to be careful at that point, gumming around, making passes in the tri-oval. It definitely can be treacherous.
48 laps are completed. We are past halfway. We're 8 laps past halfway. Trying to think how many different leaders. I guess that's the one thing I don't have in my race info tab. Oh, we've had 12 lead changes. 1 leader for 12 lead changes, apparently.
There you go.
Even though I can probably go through the field here and pick out everyone who's led a lap.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the people have led a lap. Most of the people that have been up front most of the time, though, is the 43 of Ryan Vargas and the 66. I'd say 23, 66, 89 were the most led laps, maybe the 87 after that. But like we said, they're trying to save time. But that, like you told us a couple laps ago, here comes the 97 and 17. Leaders are coming up on them very quickly, and then they are going to be racing to keep themselves on the lead lap here probably within the next lap or two.
Now, if I was driving that 23 machine of Vargas, I would try to keep those two in front of me, trying to save a tiny bit of fuel here. Attempt to save some fuel, as they're currently talking strategy in race chat.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out who's going to be coming in when. Obviously, it looks like the top 4 again breaking away. I mean, even though we're single file, people are trying to save fuel. Even the 09, 45, and 9 are kind of back a little bit, just saving some. But honestly, though, that might help the front 4 if they're not right up on them. That's going to give them a little bit of gap in between the 87, 33, 43, 89, and that could be what they need. But, they're 2 seconds currently ahead of them as they're finally going around the 96 and 17 to put them a lap down.
What really these front 4 need is a caution. I mean,
most of them need a caution.
That 5-truck pack of Rittenauer, Coley, Mazur, Quick, and Hash, they have this race pretty much won, I feel like.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh boy. Oh, man. Here we go. Almost a wreck. 3 wide up front. Everybody trying to get, put it together, trying to just figure out where we're going. 3 wide now up in the front. That went from quickly nothing to something real fast.
And this is not helping that 4 at all. Not really helping the 23 at all either.
No, not at all. But we are definitely still 3 wide. This is the most 3 wide we've had in a while. It's only 6 trucks, but it's getting a little hairy. We almost had a big wreck there. The 09 blinking again. Oh, the 45 down to the bottom. Is he going to be able to save it? He did save it.
Let's just see.
He was able to safely blend.
Was a bad push. Yeah, he was not clear on the 96 at all. He was trying to fit a hole that was not there. And that kind of really screws him over because he's not going to lose the pack.
Yeah, he unfortunately he was already a lap down, but he just lost a bunch of more time. And although I mean it's we're coming up this lap, they were talking about coming down and getting fuel, and this is it. The 23 said he only could go to 54. We're on lap 54. I don't think, what did we say, 20 laps on fuel is what they can go?
20 laps is
Pushing
seeming to
it?
be the max.
Okay.
I mean, right now, if you're the leading truck, if you led the whole entire time, it seems like 18 is the max.
18.
But if you're running anywhere second, I would say probably third in line. To be real safe, you can potentially make it 20 laps.
Okay. Yep. And like we said, here they come. The 23, 66, 48, 6. All coming down. All together again. Everybody looks to be safe in, no problems. And that's going to turn the lead back over to the 87. Oh, we got one in the grass. The 96 in the grass.
Oh boy,
Right in front of the leaders.
There's a whole lot going on there. We had trucks blinking, trucks mowing down the grass, kind of separating these five here.
Yeah, I mean, if I was these guys, I'd be like, come on. I mean, they're definitely in the way at this point, but they're racing. They're trying to keep their position. You can't really be too mad at them. I mean, unfortunately, racing's racing. You know, the 17 truck is still the first one a lap down at this point. So actually, he was back on the lead lap for on the last lap around, but now he's just riding. That's the number 17 of Sawyer Ott, just trying to be there in case there's a caution. And we've almost had 3 in the past 10 laps.
Some things I'm kind of noticing here. It looks like the 6 truck and the 48 truck might have took more than just 2 tires. It potentially could have took 4 tires, as they both spent 11.4 and 11.5 on pit road, kind of separating that top pack into 2 now.
Yeah, that top pack definitely got really separated. Not sure what happened. Like you said, it could have been taking 4 tires, but they also now have Manning Gregory with them, the 27. So that should actually help them. I mean, another truck. They did lose a bunch of time though. They were only about 30. What would we say? 36 to 35 seconds off of the leaders the last time, and now they're almost 38. So
yeah, and it looks like they're trying to form really a pack together. As Ryan Vargas, I mean, he does look like he's by himself. He's currently going on about 171 miles an hour by himself.
So, we look back up front though. There is a cluster. I'm not sure what happened, but there's a bunch of guys. We're almost going 3 wide up here. We got the 09. I'm sorry, the 17 on the outside, 43 leading. We got the 87 and 33 on the outside. We got a bunch of lap cars mixed in with leaders, and it looks like they're coming down pit road. Here comes 3 of them. 17, 96, and 09. Gonna single out this.
Yeah, they're talking about trying to gain some ground here, the second pack.
Yeah, and
they're
39 seconds back, 39 and a half seconds back. And the front pack now is just 5. So it really depends on who's going to push the most. Because, you know, if those front guys are able to extend it another half a lap, they could go to the end on fuel. So,
they should be able to go another, I say 2 laps, 3 laps at most, and that will pull them right there. Inside.
Yeah.
I think of that window making it to the end on just this upcoming stop here. But I mean, we are also getting down to the meat and potatoes of this race, the last 20 laps. I mean, we could potentially see one bad push bring out the second caution of the race.
Oh yeah, and that was definitely that would definitely mess things up. But it looks like the last time the leaders only made it 18 laps before they came down pit road. And then looking at the front pack currently, they made it. Let's see, they went from lap 23 to 42. So they're about 19 laps. They are going to need to make it another 2 laps at least. I'd say 3 to be on the safe side. So they're trying to save fuel. They're trying to stay behind the 9 of Adam Schramm to try to use less fuel. He is currently 1 lap down, but the last 1 lap down.
He's actually 2. Yeah, he is 1 lap.
He's right on the edge.
Yeah. As these 5 are currently, doing their little tango of you take the lead so we can save some fuel, so you take the lead so we can save some fuel here.
That second pack, Alex, has caught 2 seconds on the. Well, they are definitely very slow. Well, they're trying to save as much as they can. They need to at least go 1 more lap.
I say that they can't. They need to pit next time by. I feel like pitting next time by. They should be safe. Putting 18 total laps.
Yeah, if they're able to make it this lap and come in the next one, they can make it. If they pit here, it's going to be close.
Trying to look here, a little bit of difference here in times. It's about 1.4 seconds difference between the leader's last lap and that second pack's combined average lap time, 52.8 to a 53.8.
Yeah, and if they don't have enough gap on them, that front pack is actually going to end up in front of the other one, which they don't want. Well, here comes the 43 by himself. I don't think he can make it another lap, and now he is by himself in the pits, so that leaves the 03, 89, 87, and 33 together. But they are definitely slow. That last lap, 53.013. And here they come. This is it. This is their lap. They should be able to make it to the end with this.
Yeah, they most certainly, as they're approaching 20 laps on this run.
But these other guys, they are looking back. That second pack actually has 7 trucks in it, and they're not single file. They're racing. So that caution could come at any point.
Maybe that's what they're hoping for. Maybe they're hoping for that caution because the current pace they're going, they're not saving fuel.
No.
And they can go another at most 10 laps, and that 10 laps will put them 8 laps short. I mean, there's no way of saving 8 laps now as the front 4 have made their pit stop. They're on pit road as we speak.
Yeah, they just getting to their pit stalls right now. And the leader, again, is the 23, and he is in the middle of 3 and 4. He is coming off. I don't know. This might be interesting because those guys haven't come out yet. They're just getting out, and these guys are going to fly by them a lot more than the last time. They're going to actually have to push it now. So they actually might have to pit again.
I mean, 18 laps ago, 18 laps seems to be the max you can run pushing it.
Yeah.
So I feel like they even if they need to push it, they should be perfectly fine on fuel. The issue will be coming to if we get that dreaded caution with 5 laps to go. Then you'd be pushing the issue of, do we have enough for potential of not just 1, but 3 green-white checkered attempts?
Oh, no, they'd have to come in. But, I mean, the truck's field size right now is only 15. They'd probably be okay. It's really going to depend on this front group right now. There is 7 trucks. If any of them start to get racy at all, or somebody somewhere else gets racy or accidentally spins and brings out a caution, then this could be totally different. So,
well, I think the main issue is that three trucks that are currently battling to be that first truck or one lap down, your 17 and 96 and the 27 is actually 2 laps down. I feel like those three, the lap trucks, are going to be the problem in this main pack.
oh yeah. I mean, these guys are doing what they can up front. I mean, unfortunately, they just ended up in a different cycle, and they've been leading the most out of all race. The other guys just kind of fill in as they are pushing now. The second group is definitely 51.5 as the leaders at 52.0. So they are definitely pushing on that backpack.
Like I said, they're able to push, unlike these guys up front. I mean, these guys at the front four have made their choice. They're going to have to pit one more time. I don't know if it wouldn't really benefit them if they were to pit right now, as they're
Yeah.
Where'd they go?
Oh, 89. Having issues.
I'm having issues. That ain't good.
Well, 89 truck just pulled all the way down to the apron in the middle of the corner. Something happened to the 89. The 89 is gone. I don't know if there's issues room wide. I think there's issues with the race.
Yeah, I just got disconnected. Huh. All right, this isn't something.
So I'm thinking there might be an issue with iRacing.
Yeah, let's see if we can get right back in here. We'll go ahead and pull up John's stream real quick for you. Get it live. See, we'll give you that onboard perspective as we currently try to figure this out.
We had a bunch of people lose connection there. Trying to figure this all out.
Next lap. I don't think we've been past lap yet, have we? I guess we have.
Anyway, the front group is now very large. If you're obviously Alex is trying to get everything back up and running, but the front group is 7 trucks deep, and only 3 of them are on the lead lap.
How many laps do you guys see at the pit? No, that's gonna be it. Hope that's not a black flag. Same here.
Check up a hair, Pam.
All right, we're getting right back in it here.
Yeah, I'll get psyched up with Brian here.
So it looks like there's a couple of people that have about 9 laps left.
I'm not gonna make that. Full speed ahead.
All right,
we got 13 laps to hope for.
as we're currently waiting for the sim to reload here. We got John Garrett's stream up for you. As it looks to be your leaders happen to be the 87.03.33 top 3. Yeah.
87.3 and 33 are currently the leaders. 17 lost connection as well as the 89. They were the only ones that actually lost connection. But the 64 and 65 earlier, I guess, obviously did. They are obviously out of the race at this point, but the 17 reconnected, as so as did the 89. Looks like they are getting back out on track as we speak. 89's already out there. 17, on the other hand, is not yet.
Alright, gotta load the theme real quick. We'll be back and going.
Well, as he gets everything back and going, we're gonna approaching the 10 laps to go. Leaders are coming around to take lap number 70. We got a couple guys, still trying to save on fuel. The leaders are currently 30 seconds out in front of that second pack. Don't think there's really a chance for them to catch them. So I think this is probably going to come down to the 87, 3, 33, and 43. But, never say never. We can't have a caution here. Somebody could hook somebody pushing. There's still a lot of racing left here.
There we go. All right, let's get that running order back up there in that timing screen.
We are 27 seconds behind them. When they pit, you should be pretty clear of them.
The issue is they're not going to be pitting here. They're talking
Yeah.
about being 27 seconds behind, but they may not pit.
Yeah, they're talking about it, but they can stretch it.
They're out of contention unless a caution comes out.
They caught up second and a half that last lap. This lap, they are probably going to be around the same. But these guys are saving fuel.
Right.
So let's see. There's 27 seconds. 27 and a half seconds. Now they're down to 26. So they're cutting off a second and a half a lap. But I think they're not going to have time with that math.
No,
was there 9 laps, a second and a half. So yeah, even with 2 seconds a lap, it'd be still 6 seconds.
They're gonna be about 6 seconds behind the main pack here. And
I mean, unless some of these guys run out on that last lap, but there's a chance. There's no reason these guys. I don't know if they think they can make it yet, because they're still not going full speed. So it's going to be close. I think it's going to be close. Let's see. We'll check one more time here. That last run, they pitted on lap 42, went to 62. They did 20 laps.
They did 20 laps exactly, because they didn't. Where the start-finish line is, we haven't gotten our good old start-finish line quote being in, right before turn 1 instead of in the middle of the tri-oval. I feel like
but again, they were saving a crazy amount that last time. The time before that, they did 19, and the time before that, they did 18. So
plus
they did push there for a little while, so they're not saving as much as they were.
But being behind the 96 here, it's really helping. The 96 is really kind of slowing them down here.
Oh yeah, so let's see. We'll check here again in a second how far that second group is.
They're about 24 seconds behind.
They're 24 seconds behind. They're probably about to go. Now they're 23, so they only got a second lap. But I don't think these guys think they can make it. There's no reason the 87, 03, 33, 43 would be that far apart if they thought they can. So, I don't know here. I mean, the 89 obviously now multiple laps down, but back with his group. He doesn't have a chance to win, but the rest of his guys do, and I don't know what's going on, but they're yelling back in that second group. So
they look to be yelling at the lap cars here of the 9 of Amstrom, the 45 of Kempf. Trying to make sure they go high. It's not impeding their progress, which I don't think it's going to be enough, being about 22.2 seconds behind compared to the leader Ray right now.
Well, now they're only 21.4. So, yeah, there's still 6 laps. There's still not enough time. These guys are definitely probably going to be okay on fuel. Last lap, Ray ran a 53. This lap, he ran a 52.8. Compared to a 51.2 by the 23. them coming around again. Let's see. So if they run the same, that's almost 2 seconds if they are able to. Let's see. That was a 51.7 this time. The 96 is pitting. Where is he?
He's the lead. He's the
lead
leader
truck.
of the lead group.
So this should be interesting. It might screw them up a little bit. Now the 3 wide to get up there for the lead. I don't think Sawyer and them are gonna let them go because obviously at this point Sawyer wants to. There's a couple of people up there that want a caution, so I don't think they're just gonna let them ride around. But who knows? I mean.
Well, I mean, you're currently taking a look here. The front 3, they have a little bit of a gap to that 43. The 43, had to unfortunately pit earlier than everyone else did. So the 43 will be the first truck, I feel like, that will run out of fuel in this pack. He pitted a lap or 2 before the other 3 did.
Last lap, the leader ran a 52.6. That second pack ran a 51.8.
Yeah, they're not gaining enough time.
No, they're
They're
too far behind.
They're needing a caution. And they need a caution now.
Yeah. It depends on when these front guys get racy, because obviously looks like the 17 and 27 are going to start the high line here. So they don't care. They're multiple laps down. They're trying to be up front. Trying to see. Yeah, unfortunately, that second group, I just don't think there's a chance. They're running 52.5 now up front.
Yeah, they're about half. They're almost a full second quicker, but it's not enough.
Where's the 09?
The 09 is in the main pack. He's right in front of the lap truck of the Sawyer.
So the 09's coming in. He obviously don't have enough either. But the rest of those guys do probably.
I would say Ray, Kevin, Josh for sure. Kelvin, like I said, he did pit a lap or 2 before the 3 who are still have a chance to win the race here between Ray, Kevin, and Cully.
They're definitely catching. That second group's catching. I just don't think.
It's too little. There's 3 laps to go.
Yeah.
Unless these guys start dropping down to a 57-second lap and they continue to run a 52-second lap, then it might get interesting. But it's too little, too late. They need to hope they run out of fuel, can't coast it to the start-finish line, and be able to make the pass for the win.
Yeah, with 3 laps to go, I think it's pretty much over for them. But this front group, I don't know who's going to win at this point. It's going to be one of those. It's going to be one of them.
Coming to 3 laps to go this time by 2 laps.
2 laps ago. 2 laps.
I'm trying to do my math. 2 laps ago. I thought there was 81 laps for some reason. My bad.
And unfortunately, once we get to the next flag, that's it. I mean, there's going to be no cautions. Although up front here, that 43 says, "It's time to go, boys. It's time to go. I'm not sitting back there any longer."
Hope that 17 truck and that 27 go with him. He gets right back in line, though. Felt like he made that move a little too early.
I guess he has enough, though. If he's gonna, unfortunately, they're all gonna make it at this point. They would have came in there if they couldn't. So here we go. White flag comes out for the 87 of Ray right now.
1 lap to go this time by. That 43 truck's not going to say he's had enough. He's going to go to the outside line again.
Outside line again. Everybody's still staying single file, though. Wait. Remember, here we go. The 03 to the outside, 33 to the bottom. Everybody's going to race. That second pack might have a chance if these guys all wreck.
That's the only way they have a chance here. The 33 staying in line with the 87. The 87 has the 89 out front. It's 2 by 2. Where it kind of matters here, the 03 in that second line getting help from the 43 of Mosier. Is it going to be enough to get by the 87? Like I mentioned earlier.
Here we go. Kevin Hatch coming to the outside. It's it. Oh, here they go. The Big Rick. Oh,
Coley's gonna get through the win.
33.
Fucking Cully was
Wow.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness. Kind of had the.
And let's see. Did they get to pass anybody? Holy moly. Again, the 33 comes away with the win. I don't know how, but he was actually the one that was in the middle of that, and that was crazy.
Watching it here again. Ray was trying to push the 89 trying to get to the line first. That really didn't work as it ended up hooking quick into the field. Why is it putting me on the 27? I want to watch. Is it only going to let me put it on people that are in the race? Nope. Yeah, rewind. And go. Chase cam. Alright.
I guess you and I both dropped at the same time. Yeah, it was weird. I mean, I don't know. I've had my on Wi-Fi. Last week it was fine. This week it was fine until it dropped, and then I plugged it in, which I should have just done, but I don't know.
Alright,
We're going to do some post-race interviews, but none of the top three are actually here tonight. Kelvin, we can bring Kelvin up here. He's the actually only one in here.
he is in here.
Kelvin, you're the only one in the room tonight. You see you finished upside down P2. I don't think you wanted to finish upside down, but still a good finish.
Yeah, I crossed the line, I think, upside down, sideways, crossways, crisscross, and my neck hurts incredibly bad.
Yeah, I would. I'd say so. I mean, just from looking at it, the picture I have, that Hooters 43 truck is not having too much fun with gravity.
No, the gravity always hurts the Hooters truck, and I thought we were going to push Kevin there to the win, and then I saw him get up into the wall, and I thought, here's our chance. Let's get these Hooters to the front. And then unfortunately, we got hit in the side, and upwards we went.
Yeah, you were definitely high flying there. But good on you guys for a good pit strategy, and I know you guys are working together there with Kelly 87 and a bunch of those guys tonight, and just worked out for you. Good solid finish. That's what you needed. You were P10 coming in. Once it updates, I'd assume you're probably going to be higher, probably 6 or 7. Lock yourself maybe close to being in next for the final championship race. So.
Yep, we'll see how it goes. My teammates didn't make it tonight, so I was kind of a lone soul out there, but we'll bring it back next week and we see what we can do.
All right, that was Calvin Mazer, the P2 finisher tonight. Obviously, he's going to be the last one that was here with us because everybody else didn't make it in. But Alex, any final thoughts before we go on to week number 5, which is back to the Superspeedway, the iRacing.
Yeah, my final thoughts here is everyone is currently have to figure out a way to beat. I'm gonna say the best 4 Superspeedway racers in the league. It clearly was proven tonight. It's been clearly proven, I say last week and the week before. You have to beat Coley, Quick, Ray, and Hash. You have to find a way to beat them. You have to outsmart them fuel strategy wise. The way it currently looks right now, that's what has to be done between not only next week but going into the finale 2 weeks from now when we come back here at Talladega.
Yeah, that's got to be it. I mean, it's going to be close on points for all the guys, but like you said earlier, John Garrett, I don't know if he actually was able to lock himself in or not because he finished P8 tonight, and there's a couple guys behind him that finished in front. We had a couple guys that didn't make it that were ahead. Adam Schramm as well. We talked about him being locked in. He finished 11th. So, unfortunately, I don't think anybody's locked in, except for the people that have won both races, Kelly and Rittenauer. I think those are the only two who were actually locked in.
Fair enough. And with anyone just starting a race and locking themselves in, I start worrying if I were anyone in the back half of the top 10. I'm very much willing to say John Garrett's a lock-in unless he somehow gets a huge points penalty. I mean, he came into the night 30-plus points over 10th place.
Yeah, and that first wreck, I think it was mostly a racing incident. There wasn't any issues there. So, we're not. To me, there's going to be no penalty. There was a little bit of net code as well, so no penalties on the night. So it looks like going into next week, it's going to be John Garrett. Like you said, might be locked in.
When I get next week's ticker done, it's something I couldn't quite get done yet. He's going to go ahead and have the green background around his name saying he's locked in. Everyone else besides those 3 are going to be, fighting their way in next week, and I'm guessing we're going to hopefully see some amazing action as 7 other drivers, in my book, have to find a way into the playoffs.
That's it. Yep, exactly. But again, that's going to do it here for us tonight. Again, myself, Josh Ball, here with Alex Little, Talladega Superspeedway, and the ITRL Superspeedway Series. Thanks, everybody, for joining us again. And we will see you same time, same place next week.
Let's just hope Amazon doesn't ruin it.
That's right. Hopefully we don't have any disconnects due to